Welcome back to The Explainer. So if you've ever found yourself staring blankly at just a massive mountain of open research tabs, or, scrambling in an absolute panic to make sense of your own messy meeting notes right before a client call, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into how to totally transform the way you handle research, synthesize your documents, and finally reclaim your time. And we're doing it using a highly specific, honestly incredible tool from Google.
I want you to picture this. It's an all-too-familiar scenario, right? It's Friday afternoon, and a client just drops a dense 100-page strategic document right into your inbox. Normally, that's your entire afternoon just gone. Poof. You're probably 3 cups of coffee deep just trying to read, highlight, and actually comprehend the thing. It's exhausting. But what if you could securely chat with that exact document and pull out the core insights in like 3 minutes flat? Or what if you could take a chaotic jumble of random voice memos and meeting notes and instantly turn them into a polished professional brief without typing it all out yourself? Well, that time-saving reality is exactly what we're exploring today.
Okay, let's jump right into the roadmap for today. We're going to cover meeting Google's NotebookLM, why freelancers actually need it, exactly how to use it, the very best prompts to try, and finally, some pro tips for absolute success.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1. Meet Google's NotebookLM, your brand new AI research assistant.
So what exactly is this thing? Well, NotebookLM is an AI-powered research assistant developed by Google. But, and this is a really big but, you need to pay close attention to the second half of that definition. It is crucial. It reads and answers questions based solely on the documents, PDFs, and text sources that you upload. It's kind of like having a brilliant intern who has perfectly memorized every single file on your desk and literally nothing else. You can feed this thing PDFs, Google Docs, standard text files, massive presentation decks, websites, whatever random reference materials you've got lying around. It reads your specific content, grasps the context of your specific project, and lets you interact directly with that information.
And honestly, this right here illustrates the core difference between NotebookLM and other tools you've probably played around with. When you use a standard run-of-the-mill AI chatbot, it's searching the vast, unfiltered open internet. And as professionals, we all know that often leads to hallucinations. You know the ones, the AI confidently making up fake legal precedents or citing completely non-existent statistics. It's a massive liability. But by grounding its answers exclusively in your uploaded files, NotebookLM completely eliminates that risk. You get absolute precision. It answers questions based only on those sources, which really transforms it from just a fun novelty into a reliable powerhouse tool for focused learning and serious professional work. Let's move right along to Section 2, why freelancers need it. Spoiler alert, it's all about saving time and staying organized. As we go through this, I really want you to think about where your own day-to-day fits into this breakdown. Say you're a content writer. Imagine taking dense academic research and just magically generating comprehensive outlines in minutes instead of hours. Boom, writer's block eliminated. Or, if you're a virtual assistant, you can take a super messy transcript from an hour-long client call and instantly organize those scattered thoughts into crystal-clear action items and executive reports. For the copywriters out there, you can feed it 50 pages of dense brand guidelines and immediately understand complex client briefs so much faster. It ensures you hit the right tone on the very first draft. YouTube creators, you can dump in 10 completely different articles and transform those disconnected sources into one cohesive, well-structured video script. And for students or researchers, it just makes those intimidating documents so much more approachable. The biggest advantage across the board here is that it functions as a second brain. It saves you an incredible amount of time while keeping all your thoughts perfectly organized.
All right, let's shift gears now into a highly practical masterclass mode. Section 3, how to use it, a live demo walkthrough.
Now, using this software is absolutely not going to require a computer science degree. The whole process is incredibly linear and user-friendly. Here's how it goes. Step 1, open the app and create a new notebook. Think of this as your secure, dedicated workspace for a specific client or project. Step 2, upload your messy PDFs, docs, or slide decks directly into that workspace. Step 3, wait just a few seconds. That's it, just a few seconds while the AI reads, indexes, and digests absolutely everything you just gave it. And finally, Step 4, start typing your prompts into the chat box. It really is that frictionless. Literally, the moment those files are uploaded, you're ready to start interrogating your documents and extracting real value.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, best prompts to try, so you can save hours of manual work.
Because look, the real magic of this tool is totally unlocked through how you prompt it. So let's check out this first batch of essential commands that every single freelancer should have in their back pocket. Instead of staring at a blank page, just ask, summarize this document in 5 bullet points. Boom, Instant clarity. Or, are you trying to decode a vague, meandering email thread from a new client? Just tell the AI to identify the client's main requirements. Need to kick off a brand new initiative? Prompt it to create a professional project brief. Or, honestly, if you're just drowning in random thoughts, simply instruct it to generate a blog outline from these notes. Within seconds, the tool gives you accurate, highly organized responses based entirely on the guardrails of the content you actually uploaded.
And the versatility goes even deeper as you start to push the tool's limits. Say you're tackling dense academic research or some intimidating technical manual. Just ask it to explain this topic for beginners. It's literally like having a built-in translator for complex jargon. You can also command it to strategically map out a presentation outline for your next pitch. Or, my personal favorite, you can format your raw bulleted notes into a polished YouTube script. Getting ready to hire someone or interview a subject matter expert? Tell it to generate interview questions based on this document, and it's going to pull out the most probing, intelligent questions possible. These commands aren't just parlor tricks, guys. They literally replace hours of manual typing, formatting, and that awful mental fatigue.
So the crucial point is establishing some best practices. Let's transition to our final phase, Section 5, Pro Tips for Success, Maximizing Your AI Assistant.
Now, while the AI is incredibly fast, it definitely requires the right operational approach on your end. First, you always have to remember the golden rule of AI. Garbage in, garbage out. You must always upload high-quality, highly relevant documents. If you upload confusing, unrelated files, well, you're going to get confusing, unrelated answers. Second, specificity is your absolute best friend when prompting. Don't just say, make this better. Say, rewrite this introduction to be more persuasive for a corporate audience. See the difference? And third, and actually, scratch that. This one is completely non-negotiable for professionals. Always review the AI-generated text before sending it to a client. AI is an assistant, it is not an autopilot. You absolutely still need that vital human review process to ensure absolute quality and factual accuracy.
Which brings us to a deeply empowering philosophy to adopt going forward. Use NotebookLM as a productivity assistant, not replacement for your own expertise and judgment. Because you are the domain expert. You have the strategic vision, the lived experience, and the tastes. This tool, it is not here to replace you. It's simply here to take the tedious, administrative heavy lifting completely off your plate. It handles the manual sorting and the initial synthesis so that you can focus all of your energy on the high-level, creative, strategic work that clients actually pay you for.
So I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on as we wrap up. How many billable hours will NotebookLM save you this week alone? Just think about the time you usually spend drowning in PDFs and messy transcripts. It truly is one of the most useful, focused AI tools out there right now for working smarter, not harder. But don't just take my word for it. Go grab your messiest, most intimidating project notes today, upload them into a new notebook, and experience the time savings for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.